Me know about sardine, mackerel, bully beef, chicken foot, chicken neck, chicken back. Nothing I waste, nothing I dash way.
Wagwan, what's great? Chef John Morris again, man, presenting to you how to make bread pudding. Yeah, man, if you have some bread in your household and it reaches expiry date, don't throw it out. But have a remedy for that. Bread pudding is the way to go. Quick and easy, one of my very favorite, you know what I say? So without further delay, let's get right into preparing this homemade bread pudding. So forward, I'm going to show you what I'm going to start off by adding in our eggs, salt, sugar, melted butter, vanilla, rose water. I have here my fruit soaking in rum. I'm going to go in with half a cup. So raisins in, get some cherry and mixed peels in as well. Then I'm gonna get some of that juice. So about quarter cup of the juice, the white rum, the fruit wine, and the red label wine. And this is what we use to make our fruit cake back in December. So you can check that video out if you want to learn how to make your fruit cake as well. So 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, cinnamon powder. Then I'm gonna add 4 cups of milk and whisk. I'm just gonna set this aside and start on our bread. So here I told you before, I have like the bread box, and these I just took them out the freezer about an hour before I started. So as you can see, still icy. Any type of bread you can find, stale bread is the best bread to use for your bread pudding. So here I'm using about 2 bread loaves in total. Pop this in the microwave for about 30 seconds because it's still frozen. In the meantime, I'm going to cut these up into cubes. So cubes just like that. So this is nice and thawed now, our English muffin. Add those to our bowl. And you repeat this until all your bread is cut up. So I'm going to guesstimate, and that's guess and estimate. See how I use those two together perfectly fine. So about 5 cups of bread we have right there. Just gonna pour that right over the bread. Get all of those raisins in. Kind of mix it in to get the raisin distributed all around. So we're gonna mash the majority of the bread and leave a few of them whole. All of this is going to be added to the recipe, which will be in the description box down below. So don't worry about the measurements that you see here. So I'm going to be using a bread or a bunting, right? That's what I'm going to be using. Gonna get a piece of parchment paper and a bit of butter. We're just going to grease our tin. Just rub this all around. Gonna add a little bit of flour in there and dust it around. So like that. The bread that we mash, gonna put that at the bottom. Just press that down nicely. The ones that weren't crushed as much, gonna add those on top, because some people like to have that look of the bread just the same, right? Don't be shy, go in with your fingers. So you have that rough bread pudding look, and you can see the raisin and everything. It's gonna clean up our pan, just so when it bakes, it doesn't look burnt around the edges. So in a preheated oven of 350 degrees Fahrenheit, we're gonna put this to bake for 1 hour and 10 minutes. After which, I'll show you what it looks like. Look at that. It's been 1 hour and 10 minutes as promised, and our pudding is ready to go. Just gonna allow this to cool down for an additional 2 hours, and then we'll cut right into that. Gonna run a knife just to help it to release from the pan easier. Give that a shake, and if you realize, I put the chunks of bread on top so it has that natural bread look. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Just gonna lift this right out. Now look as I cut into this, how beautiful it looks. Yeah man, look at those layers of cinnamon goodness. So there you have it, how to prepare your bread pudding here on Morris Time Cooking It. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and do remember to hit that subscribe button. Yeah man, if you're not yet a subscriber. Until next time, Safe travel upon the gravel. And go on, big up on yourself.
Dinner for later. But know you fast, girl, you have to tell me. Cause any man can feed you. So that's why I always take me to the kitchen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.